Welcome to the news at 12. Let's look at the top stories. Former President Edgar Chagwa Lungu mocks President Hakainde Hichilema over high commodity prices. Flash floods traumatized Lusaka residents. Zambia ends load shedding. We have the details shortly.
Living in a wonderful country full of opportunities for investment in property. Make sure your investment is guaranteed. Are you in the process of buying or selling land or properties? Don't waste your time and money. Contact SGK Property Company on 0966 610755 or 0762 166018. SGK, a company that will conduct due diligence for you before you purchase any property. Go for a tried and tested genuine company in Zambia. SGK Property Consultants.
Hi ladies and gentlemen, I'm Cholwe from Cho's Fitness Gym. We're a fully functional gym located along Twin Palm Road in Kablonga, right by Cheshire Homes Society of Zambia. So we have various classes that happen from Monday to Friday. We have aerobics, we have boot camp, we have step aerobics, we have spinning, we have kettlebell classes. They happen from 18 to 19 hours every day, and we are open from 06 until 20 hours. That's Monday to Friday. Then Saturdays 6 to 12, and then Sundays we are closed. And most public holidays we are open 6 to 12.
Several communities of Lusaka have been affected by flash floods following a heavy downpour, and residents of Lusaka's Kuku compound in Chawama Ward 1 have been left hopeless as their homes and household properties are submerged in water. Speaking to Camnet TV News, the residents have explained that the rains have left them with nowhere to spend the night. They have attributed the heavy flooding to the poor maintenance of drainages. Details are in this report.
Seasonal floods have always presented huge problems for people in many communities in Zambia, with Kuku compounds in Chawama Ward 1 being amongst the worst affected communities. However, the 2022-2023 rainy season has been devastating for many, especially that it coincides with economic instability, thus leaving many people in despair. Following the heavy downpour that occurred on the night of February 8th until Thursday afternoon, houses have been submerged in water, leaving their owners traumatized. A check by Camnet TV found some residents manually flushing out water from their homes.
Manzi kwa kukona ni so munyumba na mnyangeni. Mbale vote munyumba banana. Boma ilanganepo. Madene jisi yange na manzi yanafuasa tu. Soka ya mwana.
Kifuye ko majereji bakirine majereji bafuasurule. Tirira bana na kumasikuru balova zonaende. Drama zonongeka na kumanchiko talova. Zesta kwanzi.
Some residents have lamented that all their household goods have been submerged in water, leaving them with no hope for the future. They have since appealed to the relevant authorities, such as the Disaster Management and Mitigation Unit (DMMU), to step in and help with the situation.
Manzi yalibepoenda, madrainages yaliblocked. As a result, manzi yafikira mu manyumba. So,
and in Chawama constituency, John Howard, Ward 3, the plea is the same as residents accuse the civic leaders of abandoning their responsibilities.
Tulipena chance ya mchoke mwende mugurendiyo. Mabwa mwalaunda kumaona manzi.
Muno mkombo 1973 manzi sashita soya manzi anakuyenda mchidamu. Saya manzi mani atoka kwa bomola manzi asayenda. So wena wakamba kutati Asakatikonzera madrainage mu April mwa bantu tizapulumuka nayo manzi aya.
Beatrice Chabaya, Camnet News, Lusaka.
ZESCO Managing Director Victor Mapani says the power utility company has officially ended load shedding as the recent floods that the country has had over the past few weeks have resulted in electricity generation at the Kafue Gorge power station almost being normalized. Addressing the media Thursday, Mr. Mapani adds that 2 machines at Victoria Falls power station have been repaired, meaning that the power station is operating at 100% of its installed capacity. The ZESCO Managing Director has therefore advised citizens who may experience any power outages to report the faults to the power utility company.
Since the beginning of load shedding on 4th January 2023, owners of electricity-dependent enterprises such as saloons, barber shops, as well as welders have been taking to various media platforms expressing how this was negatively affecting their source of income. Thursday, 9th February 2023, Zambia's power utility ZESCO has announced an end to load shedding owing to various factors, among which is the heavy rains that have almost normalized power generation at Kafue Gorge power station, stating that its capacity had reduced to 800 megawatts against its installed capacity of 990 megawatts, but is now operating at 900 megawatts. Addressing the media Thursday, ZESCO Managing Director Victor Mapani says the power utility is also concluding an agreement with Mozambique for an additional 120 megawatts, stating that this will be used to cushion electricity deficits during times of machine maintenance.
We are now sure that actually the load shedding is gone. At least we've gone over the cliff. We have noted that the waters are picking up in the Kariba and also some other mitigations that we had to put in place. What did we do to get the load shedding off our back? We had 2 machines at Victoria Falls which had been down for a period of close to 3 years. 2 of those machines were brought in consecutively end of last year and early this year. So that gave us a boost of 20 megawatts from Victoria Falls, meaning now Victoria Falls power station, as we sit here today, is operating at 100% of its installed capacity. And then we came through Kafue Basin, where we do have 3 power stations. We have the Teji Power Company, whose installed capacity is 120. It was operating at a mere 80 megawatts during the difficult time of load shedding. That now has ramped up and is sitting close to 98 or almost 100 megawatts, which means we are almost there. That has been a push. That's an additional 20 megawatts from Teji.
Meanwhile, Mr. Mapani says the power utility has also entered into an agreement on how it will clear outstanding debt owed to independent power producers in the country, while ensuring that this debt does not rise. The ZESCO MD has also reviewed that 3 solar power plants are expected to start operating in Zambia within a period of 1 year and 6 months, as companies have been contracted.
Specifically 150 megawatts, 50 megawatts each. 3 independent power producers have signed up with ZESCO, and I think just some few administrative issues are being ironed out, and we believe that works will start soon. The big one for ZESCO has been the opening up of this with even bigger partners. You've heard of Mazda of Abu Dhabi. Mazda is a developer, and they have developed solar power plants all over the world to the tune of 23,000 megawatts in different countries.
Mr. Mapani adds that the power utility has scrapped off personal-to-order vehicles for employees as well as free electricity units to ensure that this money is diverted to other areas. He also states that ZESCO has been running filling stations in some parts of the country as well as clinics, but that these will be scrapped off, adding that any future business ventures will be in the area of the company's expertise. Zipporah Mshala, Camnet News, Lusaka.
Former First Lady Esther Lungu has lamented that she is fatigued by the manner in which her children are being treated by the investigative wings in the country. Speaking at the Drug Enforcement Commission DEC premises Thursday morning, where her son Daliso Lungu appeared before a joint investigation team, Mrs. Lungu says her son is still young and does not deserve to be going through such torture. And former President Edgar Lungu earlier mocked President Hakainde Hichilema's administration for allegedly failing to address the high cost of living as claimed while they were in opposition. And police deputy spokesperson Danny Mwale says police are investigating Saloid Traders Limited in connection with being in possession of properties reasonably suspected to be proceeds of crime, the properties of which Daliso Lungu demanded to be released.
After 2 years of being silent on the matter in which her son Daliso Lungu has had his property seized, pending investigations and appearing before investigative bodies, former First Lady Esther Lungu has spoken out and says she now feels fatigued in the manner in which her children are being treated by investigative wings in the country. Mrs. Lungu, who was in the company of her husband, former President Edgar Lungu, and other Patriotic Front members when they accompanied her son Daliso Lungu, who was appearing before the investigative wings in Lusaka Thursday, says her son is too young to be going through such traumatizing moments.
They are too young to be harassed to this extent. Thank you.
On the other hand, former President Edgar Lungu had a moment to laugh about the high fuel and meal prices currently prevailing on the Zambian market when the current administration promised they would make goods cheaper.
No, fiction. Fiction becomes the reality when she was in trouble. Yes, sir. Yeah, when you can marry the two. Yeah, because I read that letter. From His Grace, the Emeritus Professor Papa Emeritus, saying lies. Yes.
What he meant that it's inafikable. Probably in the fuel, but it's inafikable. It's actually a sin. The Bible is very categorical about it.
And acting Patriotic Front President Given Lubinda, who spoke on behalf of Mrs. Lungu, says the conduct by investigative wings is a violation of human rights on the part of Daliso Lungu.
I sat in the interviews and I have to say that the defense team put up a very splendid performance in asking the police to clarify why Daliso is being called by all sorts of investigative wings. Why isn't it that they are consolidating all these matters and let them be handled by one investigative wing? And also, they put a very clear case on the fact that there is a violation on Daliso's rights, that his property is being held by the police against the provisions of the law. And they have requested that they be given a clear answer within the shortest possible time.
And police deputy spokesperson Danny Mwale says the police investigations team is investigating Saloid Traders Limited in connection with being in possession of properties reasonably suspected to be proceeds of crime in Chongwe district, contrary to the laws of Zambia. Mr. Mwale further says on February 9, 2023, around 10 hours, Daliso Lungu appeared before the investigations team in Lusaka demanding the release of the seized assets, which are currently under investigation. The police have since advised that the matter is still under investigations and that Mr. Lungu will be communicated to as soon as investigations are concluded. Prudence Chota, reporting for Camnet TV News.
As we end the news at 12, a look at the headlines once again. Former President Edgar Lungu mocks President Hakainde Hichilema over high commodity prices. Flash floods traumatized Lusaka residents. Zambia ends load shedding. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Louisiana Lupombwe. Bye-bye.